Painted Stitches here, back with another stitching deep dive video, and this time I'm going to be going through everything that I have kitted up for this pattern from Totoo Stitches called Lemon, and I have it on my iPad, so we're going to be doing this I'll have go through the pattern here, and then I'll switch over to my station where I have everything kind of like laid out. So this is the pattern called Lemon, and it is such a beautiful pattern. I absolutely love these little, they remind me of like Mediterranean tiles. They're so pretty, but they have these beautiful monarch butterflies and then these wonderful lemon mandalas with these little lemon blossoms in the center. It is a very heavily beaded piece. A lot of shiny treasure braid is in this one. I've seen parts of it stitched up. There's somebody in the Totoo Stitch official group who has actually stitched, I think, all the way. They've done like some of the corners here, and they've done this whole center or something like that. It is so beautiful. Oh my goodness, it's just absolutely just mind-boggling stunning. But as soon as she came out with this one, I knew I had to grab it because our family, we love lemons, absolutely love lemons. And I actually have a monarch breeding butterfly garden in our backyard. So I knew exactly where it was going. It's going to go in our kitchen, and under glass, of course, but it's going to look really, really beautiful. So there is a lot to this piece, most definitely, but it just looks like it's going to be a lot of fun. Some really nice specialty stitches like this, these pieces right in here, these are all specialty stitches. A lot of these are specialty stitches. This is a specialty stitch right here as well, and I think all through here are all specialty stitches as well. So from what I've seen, this piece does go by really pretty quick, but it just looks like it's going to be a lot of fun. So I can't wait to get started on it. I'm going to swing you over to my little table here, and we're going to go through the threads. So one moment. Okay, so the way that we're going to go through this is we're going to go through the water lilies. There's actually not a lot of different silks in this one. There's just a lot of them. So, but the first one we're going to go through is the Karen water lilies, and this is called Banana. If it will focus. There we go. So this one's called Banana, a nice lovely white. This one is called Polar Ice. And then let's bring that one up so we can get a better shot. Really, really lovely color. And this, I believe there's two of these. So there's only one banana and two of the Polar Ice, I think. There is, let's see, what is this one? This one is Porcelain Blue. So come up close here. You can get a better idea of the actual color. Porcelain Blue. There, I think, are another two of these. Now this one is called Blue Ridge Mountain. There are, I believe, 4 of these. So, And this one's really pretty. It's got like some light pinks and purples and some turquoise, some blues. I'm not exactly sure where this one's going, but I know it's going to be really pretty wherever it goes. So those are all the water lilies. But yeah, this one is the most. There's like, I think 4 of those. And then there's only one other silk, and that is the Silken Colors. And this one is called Texas Bluebonnet. Really nice blue on this one. 2 of these. And then the last one that it calls for, see, it's not that much, but there's multiples of these. This one is interesting. This one is new to me. It is a Edmar rayon thread. The type of thread it is called Iris. So they have different types of this one. So they'll have like Iris, they'll have, and it goes with like how thick the thread is. And this one is number 96. So, and it calls for 2 of these. This is really pretty. It's a variegated color. It's like an apricot peachy color. So it kind of goes from like a dark peach to a lighter peach. Very, of course it's rayon, so it's very shiny, very slippery. I have so far been told that this is gonna be a lot of fun to stitch with. But yeah, so those are all the silks required, the different types of silks required for this. So now I will go into the treasure braid. Now the treasure braid, it's quite heavy on the treasure braid. So we'll just go into, so like for this one, this is number 2. I think this requires like, hang on, let me go into I'll go into my list actually. That's what I'll do. Treasure braid, 4 cards, ladies and gentlemen, 4 cards of this treasure braid. Let's get that in frame. Okay, then we have number 3. So you can see the difference there. Number 3 has 6 cards of this one. Then we have number 8, a really nice blue. 2 cards, thank goodness, of only that one. Then we have black opal, number 68, only 1 card of this one. And then the last one is this really pretty purple. It's like a smoky purple. This one's called Purple Twilight, number 79. This one was kind of hard to find, but this requires 2 cards. But this one it seems to go on back order a lot. So that one was kind of tricky. But let's see if I can put all these, there we go. So that is all the specialty threads for this one. Not too bad, it's just the quantities can be a little overwhelming. So let me scoop this up, but it's going to be so worth it. I mean, look at how pretty. Let me fan these out like I'm blackjack dealer. How about that hand? I think it's a winning hand. Yeah, I win. Could you imagine going to a, what is it, blackjack table? You're whipping out your floss cards. You'd be like, yeah, beat that. So the next thing we have is, I've had them all on in floss away bags, but this is the Ring of DMC here. So the Ring of DMC is kind of quite substantial, but they have some really just lovely colors. So we have like some blues, some just different greens, like the muted greens, really nice vibrant yellows. And then of course like all these different blues. The ecru, this actually made it really, this one, and then there's another color in here that made it really quite difficult for picking out fabric, because I wanted to try and do this on kind of like a, I thought about doing it on, what was it, Winter Brew? But it just kept, some of these would just disappear, and it wouldn't be so bad if just a lot of those were like right out on the fabric. They were outer colors. So I was like, do I really want to fight to be able to see the blossoms? No, not really, because I really like the lemon blossoms. Really nice dark brown. These are all the butterflies, so I can't wait to see how these butterflies stitch up. I know they're just going to be absolutely gorgeous. And then we have these leaves. I have seen the lemons stitched up. The lemons and the leaves stitched up have come out just, oh my gosh, so stunningly beautiful. They're really beautiful. However, the back stitch in that is a bit insane. It's a little intimidating, but it's so worth it. So we're going to see how that comes out whenever I get to that. But I think what I'm most excited about, I think I'm just excited about everything, but I think what I'm most excited about is getting to those tiles, those Mediterranean tiles. Look at that blue. Yeah, this was the other color. So it was that, so I think it's 712, ecru, and then this white. So it was like, okay, I can go like one of two ways, because it was between, I think, R&R, Espresso, and Winter Brew. And I was like, okay, on one fabric, you know, some of these are going to ghost, but then on the other fabric, it was a different set of colors that's going to ghost. But nothing just really kind of sat really well. The one that I am seeing this stitched on, that everything is popping really quite nicely off of, is, it's on Platinum Lugana. But I just, since the way that it's, where it's going in our kitchen has a lot of slate blues. I didn't want to put it on slate. I didn't want to put it on kind of like that Platinum Lugana color. So it wasn't going to look right in the kitchen. So it has like a bunch of bright yellows and slate blues and natural looking colors. So we had a consensus in the family, and this is not showing up very true to color, but so what I ended up going with is this fabric. And I'll try and see if I can take some pictures of it. But this is actually a very light purple. It's Regency on Lugana by Pole Stitches. And it's got some very faint golds, some lavenderish, like a little bit of like peachy colors, and some darker purples modeled in it, but the modeling is very light. It's coming out more stark than what it actually is, but I think it's gonna look really good. The family really likes it. So yeah, no, it's coming out really dark. It's not that dark. It's actually very light, like a really kind of light lavendery pinky kind of color. So I'll try and take some pictures of it. But now we'll get into the beads. So the beads in this are a lot of fun. So we have some pretty hefty packs here. So we'll do the Mayukis. So the Mayukis didn't fit all, like I had to use one of these for one of the Mayukis because there was a lot of these. So we have Mayuki 11-0, DB 410s. It's really, really pretty gold. Then we have this really nice blue. Zoom in, yeah, there we go. It's really nice blue, 2511. Here we go. There we go. And then we have this nice like turquoisey color. Let's see if I can get that to show up. Ooh. Let's see if we can not make a mess. Like, let's see. Yeah, that's better. A really, really light turquoisey blue. This one's really cool. A lot of this one as well. Okay, set those there. And then the rest of them I put into these containers. This is how I like to put my beads for projects. I get these at Hobby Lobby, and they're just like a couple of dollars for a pack of 3s. So this is what they all look like from the bottom. This will hold about I think 3 grams of your beads. It'll hold. So, but yeah, these colors are showing up nice. Look at these fun colors. Oh, I have no idea where that's gonna go. That's gonna be interesting to see where that goes. But like a little bit lighter version of this is kind of what our main color of our kitchen is gonna look like. It's under renovation right now, so we have some of it is here and some of it is like this really bright blue, like so, and then the like sunflower yellow. So these are all the beads, the small delicate beads. Then we have bugles, and these are just the regular bugles. So we have, I don't remember how long this one is, but it's the Bugle 1. And this is 1983, let me go to the list. 3 millimeter. This is the 24 karat dark yellow gold. This one was a bit tricky to get my hands on. A couple of people had to order this one. So we'll set that one there like that. And then we have another 3 millimeter bead, and it's this lovely blue. Again. And then we have another 3 millimeter bead. There we go. And it's a very light blue, a lighter blue. These are all, I'm guessing, and they're all going to go in those tiles. So these, let me place these out here. Here we go. Maybe that won't be too bad of a distortion. There we go. Yeah, that's not bad. Whoa. So that is what, sorry for the lack of focus. I will get better at that. But these are all the beads for this piece. Now this piece is, I did not even say how big this is. This is actually 251 stitches by 251 stitches. And since I'm doing this on an overdyed, because of how many beads this is and how many crystals this is, it is suggested to definitely do this on a 28 count. Now, if you were to do this on just a regular even weave, just plain base, you can do 32. It's recommended to do, it calls for a 32 fabric. But if you're going to do anything like with the dyed fabric, do it on the 28 count because it'll shrink and you won't be able to fit. You're gonna have a hard time fitting your beads and your crystals. The beads, it's okay if you drop, a few beads here and there, but the crystals, oh, you're gonna struggle. But let's prepare ourselves, people, for these crystals. All right, let me get my crystal list up. Okay, so these are all Primero. Got them from My Crystal Idea, which is what she recommends. These are the Pear Drop in the color Crystal AB. Look at how pretty those are. We'll set those up there. And then I decided to put them, I got these nice little fun containers, and they all kind of go in a case. And so I just decided I would take them out and I would label them, and they would kind of go around with me and my little kits. So this is the other Pear Drop that they have. Pull this out. And it is called Golden Topaz. Look at that. Yeah, look at that color. So pretty. So then we have these Primero. They are round. They are 3 millimeters. Oh my gosh, they blend in with my hand. Here, let me get these up close. Aren't those cute? It's called Vintage Rose is the color. So sweet and so tiny. I don't know where these are. Oh, I was like, I heard it. I heard it fall. I don't know where it is. All right, let's zip back up. Okay, now we have just the round. Okay, so we have a light cream rose. So this is kind of like an off-white color. Let's see. Yeah, it's not quite ivory, but a light is what that is. Really, really pretty looking pearl. And then we have just straight up white. So these, from what I've seen somebody already use these. The why there's like a ton of these. These are, let's see, 252. 252 are what is required, and that is because, ladies and gentlemen, watch out for the ring glare. So sorry, nothing I can really do about that. But they go all the way around here. These, except for that, I'm not sure what that is. But these are all pearls. So they go around the whole big design. Yeah. So that's why there's so many. Okay. All right. So we'll go this way so that we can see. So that's what's in there. Let's go with the next one. We have something that's called a navette. I can open it. Okay. And this one, this color is called Crystal Golden Shadow. So it's kind of like a peach, where the other one's golden. This one is golden topaz, which is like more like the actual gemstone topaz. This one is more peach, is what this is. Really pretty. Not very many of those, only 4 of those. Now, this one was interesting. This one's called a Rondale. But that one, if we can see, that's what these are. So Rondale 4mm. It's really, really pretty powder blue, called Light Sapphire Opal. And then we have what is called a Marguerite Lock Rose 6mm. Let me flip this guy. Oh wait, no, I think that's the back side. I have no idea which side these are, but I think we'll figure it out. Let me zoom in, because this is super cute. It's a little flower. Look at the little flower. And isn't it just darling? So cute. You have like a whole bunch of them. Ooh. Okay, that's not where focus is, but so shiny. Okay, and then the next one, the cube. Here we go. So we have these big honking cubes. Look at that. It's big old cubes. They are 8mm. This is light topaz. Really, really cool. I've never done anything with something like that, but I think it's going to be really cool. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. So let's put those, yeah, somewhere where the glare is not horrible. There we go. Okay. Now we have the land of the 4mm bicones. So, ladies and gentlemen, we have light topaz, denim blue, amethyst shimmer, and capri blue. We have crystal paradise shine 2 times, and we have black diamond AB. So, lot of the light topaz. Really, really pretty. The denim blue. This denim blue is a really cool color. Like, check that color out. See if we can, yeah, there we go. That's a really cool color. We have this amethyst shimmer. Like, look at that. And the Primero beads, so far, I think these are really beautiful. They're not as expensive as the Swarovskis, but I think they're just as pretty. This Capri blue is bright. Like, I'm pretty sure I could flag down traffic with it. It is a bright, bright blue. It looks like the Mediterranean Sea ocean blue. It's not showing up as blue, as bright as it is, but it's probably because I'm doing this at night, but that's the only time I have to do this. And then here is the Crystal Shine Paradise. This is a really neat one. I really like this color. It's like a moss green, but it's got like this rainbowy pink effect in the middle of it. Really, really cool color with like a gray overcast. Really cool. And then Black Diamond AB. This is like a smoky gray with like a rainbow cast on it. Let me make sure we're in focus here. Yeah. Really pretty. All right. So there we have it, people. That is all the crystals for this piece. So let's see. There you go. There we have it. This is all the fun sparkly bits for lemon. So I will be starting this soon. All right, everyone, that's a wrap. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you guys had fun, as much fun as I did looking through all these wonderful things. I sincerely hope that you will come back and join me as I stitch my way through this wonderful pattern called Lemon by Totoo Stitches. Have a nice night, and may God bless you all. Bye-bye.